Hello YouTube, quickly before the video starts, I do stream on Twitch every single day, twitch.tv/lonelyalec. The support I get over there has been amazing, so I'd just like to say thank you guys. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been wanting a movement guide for a very long time, and I finally want to make it for you guys, so hopefully you guys enjoy. If you guys do like these guides, can we hit 400 likes this video? It will show me that you guys want more of these guides. Because in the future, I could make like an aiming guide or whatever you guys really are having struggles with. But yeah, that's about it. Also, this hand cam is strictly for this video. I wanted to make sure that you guys understood what I was talking about and kind of how I'm moving my thumbstick around when I am moving. I have like a really scuffed setup right now, so I'm like kind of like slanted in my chair because like my desk is really close to my controller. So I'm trying to make it like fit in cam, but like it's yeah, it's still kind of weird. But you guys are kind of just gonna have to deal with this hand cam. It's not perfect, but at least you guys can see what's going on. But to start this video off, I do want to check you guys' settings. So when you do go to settings and you go to movement, there are 4 different options. Now for me, this is what I run. Usually I do run 0.35. So if you think 0.4 is too like high, I would say 0.35 or even 0.3 is really good. And the reason for such a high movement dead zone as of right now is because I do not like accidentally pressing the movement. And when I do stop, I know I'm going to stop no matter what, even if I have like a little bit of stick drift. So as you can see on the hand cam, when I move, it will no matter what move and it will stop me. Now this controller does have a little bit of a stick drift, so that's why I kind of have to have like a higher dead zone. But I just like overall like knowing when I move, I will move in game and it will stop when I stop. So it's more responsive in my opinion. Also, walk/run threshold, this is personal preference. Whatever works for you works, but personally for me, I'm using 0.8. I know some good players use 0.5 to have like the maximum like speed. Because like as you can see, like I'm a lot more quicker with my movement, but I accidentally like run sometimes when I'm in game. Like it's just very touchy, so personally I don't like it. But like I said, whatever works for you, these are my movement settings. You could also change default movement mode, but I wouldn't really recommend it unless you're like already used to it. Okay, so now that I got your settings down and you did change the settings to your liking, I want to go over all the types of movement you can do on controller. So if you do watch my streams or any high level Valorant streams, you will always see somebody jumping around a corner like this. Now, the reason that they are doing this is to get information. This is one of the best ways to get information if you have no util. This is especially good if they have an op player. The op player will have to hit a crazy shot for him to hit you, especially if you do it right. Now, I'm going a little bit too overboard with it, but if you do it correctly, you're going to be able to show like half your body with like no repercussion at all. Now, if you look at my controller cam, the simplest way to do this is to start diagonally like this. Now, as you can see on my controller cam, I'm literally just pushing it the top right. Or for example, this side would be top left. And you want to just jump. As simple as that. Just jump. And all you want to do when you do jump like this, go in a circular motion with your analog in the air. That is as simple as that. So if you put it all together, this is what it would look like. And if you see on my analog, you can quite literally see that I am just doing a circular motion in the air and I'm jump spotting correctly. Same with this side, it is the same thing but the opposite side. So I'm going left here and then I am going to be going in a circular motion to go back. So it would look like this. Now another part of the movements that is a little bit more advanced and you don't really need to do it on console, but especially if you want to perfect your movement, this is going to be really good, is to counter strafe. Now what I mean by counter strafing is you are essentially stopping instantly when you do move. So for example, when you do move and you clear an angle, this is how it's going to look like. Now as you can see, when I stop, it kind of takes a second to stop. Like it's not instant. Same with the left side, it is not instant. Kind of takes a second for you to completely stop. Now what counter strafing is, now as you can see, this is with counter strafing. Now when I'm counter strafing, as you can see on the controller cam, I am essentially moving one direction and then moving the opposite direction on where I want to stop. And this is going to be especially good if you want to clear certain angles. So for example, if I want to implement counter strafing when I'm clearing angles, this is what it would look like. Now, as you can see, I stopped pretty quick there. In a game like Valorant, every second counts, and this will quite literally make or break a gunfight. Now, for example, if I didn't want to counter strafe there, this is what it would look like. Now, this is also not a bad way to clear angles. Like, if you don't want to use counter strafing, this is also good. It's not like the worst thing, but counter strafing will definitely up your game if you know how to do it, and you will definitely make your movement a lot better with counter strafing. For me, I don't use counter strafing like the whole time, but if I am alone and I am trying to clear angles and I know somebody's gonna be like on an angle I'm like clearing, I will counter strafe every angle I clear, just because it will give me that edge of winning that gunfight. This is not the only way of clearing angles. You could also jiggle peek like this. Now what this is gonna do is kind of mess up their crosshair placement, because if their crosshair placement is a little bit more wider so they can react to it, you jiggle peeking will only show half of your body, and they're going to have to like kind of, you know, move to the right, and it'll give you some information. Now what clearing an angle like this does, rather than jump spotting and getting information like this, is this makes no noise. So if you are trying to be quiet and they don't know where you are, you can clear an angle like this without making any noise. As you can see, like, it makes me look like I'm going quick, but in reality I'm making no footsteps. You can also add crouching in the mix. Now what crouching will do is mess up their crosshair placement, because if from his POV, if you're crouching like this and clearing an angle like this will look so weird, and it will definitely mess up his crosshair placement. There's definitely a lot of ways you can clear angles. Now in Control, it's definitely a lot harder than PC. You guys didn't know I was high Immortal 3 on PC. When I was clearing angles, it was a lot easier just because of the keyboard and how the mechanics work of it. Controller, you're moving with an analog, right? Like, you're moving with an analog. It will be just 10 million times harder clearing angles with an analog, and you will mess up from time to time. That's kind of just how a controller is. Same with aiming. It's almost impossible to be consistent with a controller. It's just kind of how the controller is designed. But yeah, those are the best ways to clear an angle. You will definitely see a lot more success if you do clear angles like this. So I went over jump spotting, I went over counter strafing, I went over shoulder peeking, I went over crouching, and there also is zip lines that I want to go over, so I'm going to have to go to a different map for that. So now that we're on Lotus, I want to show you guys how you can silently drop on a zip line. Now, if you guys are confused, a lot of you guys probably already know you can silently walk up to a zip line and go down like this without making a single noise. But that's not what I'm talking about here. The mechanic I'm talking about is this mechanic right here. Now, as you guys can see, that was a lot quicker to drop, and I was still very silent. This is especially good if you're trying to retake A, for example, and you know you got to get your timing. I'm going to show you guys another example. Now, as you guys can see, that's a lot quicker than just doing this. Now, the best way if you want to learn this is to jump off and try to catch the zipline. First, I would recommend trying to get this motion down. So I'm just going to keep doing this to show you guys that this is the best way. And once you get this motion down, that's basically all it is. And all you have to do is basically jump and hold the zip line at the end. If you do it correctly, you will make no noise. Also, it is worth noting that you don't have to jump. I just like jumping because it gives me more room to make errors. If I do make a movement error, I can make sure I can correct it before I do fall down. But yeah, that is about it for a zip line. If you do it correctly, you can get really good at it, and it will make zero noise. So I'm going to show you guys one more time. So for example, this is how it would look like in game if you do it all correctly. And as you guys can see, that is a lot quicker and a lot smoother than just doing this. And if you guys are very serious about movement and how you move in the game, I would recommend going to custom games and quite literally clearing angles by yourself. This is a good way to have good habits when you do get into a actual game. So let's pretend the barrier just dropped here and I want to attack B. And remember, you could do this on any map, any site. For example, when I'm clearing an angle, I'm always expecting another guy to be on the opposite side. I'm expecting this guy to be here. I'm expecting this guy to be right here. So even if there is nobody, you have to clear an angle knowing there might be somebody on the other side. But yeah, you could quite literally pretend that somebody's holding heaven. You could pretend somebody's in this corner. You could pretend somebody is right here. It is a very good drill, and I do recommend you guys do it if you guys are having struggles on a certain map. But I think I cleared every single movement that there is in this game. If I did miss anything, make sure to comment down below and I will try to touch on that. I'll answer any question you guys are confused about. But if you guys did like this video and you guys do want more guides, please make sure to leave a like. It will show me that you guys will want more. You guys have been amazing on my YouTube and my Twitch. The support I've been getting on my Valorant content is actually like insane. So I'd like to say thank you guys. But that's about it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you got this far, comment down below Apple, and I will like every single comment that has Apple in it. But if you guys haven't already, I also do have a Discord. It'll be down in the description if you guys want help, if you guys have questions, if you guys want to show me your guys' shops or whatever it is, I will have it in the Discord. But that's about it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video.